as you have heard me say on this podcast for over a decade now, where there is no vision, where there is no prophetic utterance, the people cast off restraints and run wild. The problem with the world is not that people are products of their circumstances or prisoners of their environments. What we have is a generation of people that have no vision for their lives. They don't have a vision. They get up, and every day they're living by happenstance and coincidence. We're scrolling social media. We're binge-watching shows. We're hanging out with friends. We don't have a clear vision and path for our life. And when you don't have a vision for your life, you will always become the victim of somebody else's vision. I'll say that till the last day of my life and last breath. When you don't have a vision, you become the victim of somebody else's vision, and your entire existence becomes helping them fulfill their vision. And so a lot of people are frustrated with their lives, and they're like, why is my life not working? Why am I not seeing the results and the breakthroughs that I want to see? And the reality is, part of it is because you don't have a vision for your life. What are you going to move toward if you don't have any type of map or direction for where your life is going? I'm not going to stay there. So finishing the year strong requires that you have a clear strategy. You've heard me say this before. A lot of people are excited. I'm going into a new year. I'm going to do all these great things in 2023. They didn't do any great things in 2022. So I don't know what's going to make the new year any different, especially if you don't have a strategy for your life. So what I want you to do, I want you to calm down a bit. Everybody's excited. It's a holiday. There are going to be all types of celebrations tonight, but I want you to take the time to get a clear strategy for your life. Why is this so important? Strategy is a formulated plan to move you from where you are to where you want to be. Let me say that again. Strategy is a formulated plan to move you from where you are to where it is that you want to be. Strategy is a defined action that makes your dreams more accessible. Strategy is defined actions that make your dreams more accessible. So a lot of people are like, I want to live the life of my dreams. I want to build this vision. I want to write this book. I want to write this screenplay. I want to do X, Y, Z, whatever the thing is for you. But what they don't realize is that strategy is defined actions that make that dream more accessible. So what actions do you need to take to get you from where you are to where you want to be? A lot of people get so consumed with the enormousness of a vision, but what they don't realize is that you execute on a vision step by step. And so many times we want to see the whole picture, but we won't even take step 1, 2, 3 to get us to where we want to go. And so, okay, you want to start a business. What steps have you taken? Have you checked into your LLC? Have you checked into the legal framework and the requirements? Do you have an EIN number from the IRS? Do you have the necessary licensing and other things from your local city government that you need to start your business? A lot of times we say we're going to do these great things, and then when I ask people very basic questions, they haven't done basics. I'm like, so you're going to do grand vision. You haven't incorporated your vision, your business, you haven't gone to the record of deeds. You haven't established the business name. You haven't done the legal framework and footwork that you need to do to start a business. So I don't even believe you're serious about a vision. And then their brain is already on getting capital money. I'm like, how are you going to get venture capital for a business that is not even legally established? You don't have a vision for the business. You haven't done anything to incorporate the vision. You haven't clearly defined what the vision is. You don't even have it good enough on paper to articulate to a group of investors. So it just shows me that you're not serious about it. I tell people all the time, how bad do you want it? Because your desperation is the catalyst for dream manifestation. Write that down. Your desperation is the catalyst for dream manifestation. And a lot of people just don't want it bad enough. We want everything to be thrown into our laps. And if you know me and you know my story, that has not been the case. This has been work What people see today with books and television and magazines and influence and media coverage has taken me a lifetime to do. And if you haven't even covered basic steps, you are in no way ready to step into a grand vision or to do impactful work. So we got to get the basics down pat. Strategy is the ability to crystallize what has been conceived by your imagination. Let me say that again. Strategy is the ability to crystallize what has been conceived by your imagination. So a lot of people will tell me, Jamelle, I don't need to write my goals down on paper. They're in my head. And I said, that's wonderful. But let me tell you something. My goals are not in my head. My goals are on paper. And every year I'm consistently hitting targets that I set for myself. Not only am I hitting, but I can tell you of clients of mine and people that I have mentored and helped over the years that have done the same thing, and they're experiencing success in their lives. And so you keep it in your head. I'm going to write it down on paper because I am helping to crystallize that thing so that I can bring it into manifestation. Strategy is ultimately putting feet to your dreams so that you can ultimately realize your dreams. Let me say that again. Strategy is putting feet to your dreams so that you can realize your dream. Most dreams die between conceptualization and execution. Write that down. Most dreams die between conceptualization and execution. What I know from years of work and even working with leaders around the world, leaders in government, leaders in business, what I know is that a lot of people are great at conceptualizing ideas, but they are terrible at execution. And so people are like, how in the world have you had a podcast going over a decade and you haven't run out of material and topics and you continue to have fresh, relevant insight and information? How have you written 11 books? How have you done this? How have you done that? How have you been able to establish yourself as a thought leader and authority in your space? And what people don't realize is that my success, a lot of what I've been able to accomplish is because I'm an executor. I'm not just a person that conceptualizes ideas. I take my ideas out of conception and I actualize them. I take steps every day. I take action every day to see those things become a reality in my life. This is what I know to be true. Most people see consistency as boring, but consistency has been the bridge to greatness in my life. And so a lot of people, we want to do something for 2 weeks and we want to be great. I've been doing things for 20 years, and that is why I produced the track record that I produce. So you got to be consistent. It's not about what you feel like doing. It's not about everything being perfect or lining up favorably. You got to put in the work and you got to execute. At the end of the day, you can feel sorry for yourself and be disappointed with your lack of results and progress in 2022, or you can formulate a strategy and develop the discipline that will empower you for momentum and manifestation in the new year. And so in order to finish the year strong, you must take some time for reflection and introspection. I think this is so important because I'm seeing already, it's early in the morning as I'm recording this, and I'm seeing all of these different quotes and deep statements, and everybody's in that philosophical realm right now. But I want you to spend some time reflecting and doing some introspection today so that you can really finish this year on a high note. And I want to say, too, that there is a difference between reflection and introspection. Let me tell you what the difference is. Reflecting is simply pondering your experiences. So we can sit and reflect all day long. We can think about experiences. We can think about what happened this year. We can think about what we accomplished. But introspection is when we move from pondering our experiences to actually internalizing our experiences and gaining insight from our experiences. So that which you internalize, you are empowered to change. Write that down. That which you internalize, you're empowered to change. A lot of people will do reflection. Some people even write down some things and what they feel was wisdom from this year. But one of the things that I've been doing for more than 20-something years now is internalizing my experiences, and that has empowered me to produce results and change in my life. You are not changed by reflection or assessment. I mean, that's great. We should reflect. We should assess our lives and our results.